That was definitely sketchy. So I don't know what that was, but that really made me feel uncomfortable. That it was like a laser sighting from the police. I'm literally just on a bicycle, standing outside of the post office, talking to a coworker that we actually ran into when we were trying to drop employees off tonight. One of which was a 15-year-old girl that we were trying to make sure got home safe, and we, I don't know, randomly ran into him, and he was rerouting traffic in the middle of the road. Kind of pissed us off because we're trying to get this little girl home, and that's who I just ran into just now. And while talking to him, trying to figure out what's all going on down here, how this whole box of crazy started tonight, I got a green laser sighting pointed at me.
Alright, good morning, Lifeline. Welcome to day 61. As you can hear, it's raining. So I'm not entirely set up. I literally just threw the tarp up last night and then connected the hammock. Sometime in the middle of the night, I ended up digging in the backpack to grab my liner because I was freezing, and ended up putting on my sleeping clothes because I literally just fell asleep in what I was wearing, but set up the tarp first because it was starting to rain. Then I got the hammock set up, threw the bug net up, and then sometime in the middle of the night woke up freezing, threw my sleeping clothes on, grabbed the liner. I don't have the underquilt on yet. I'm definitely going to need to put that on because it is still pretty cold. It's about 10 a.m. I'm exhausted. I was, so as you've seen from the last video, I actually went out in all of that riot. If you haven't seen the Lifeline Facebook page, you can go to @Lifeline Survival on Facebook, and same logo as the YouTube channel, so you can find it like that. But I did some live videos from last night, like in the middle of all of the stuff that was going on. You can see not everything in town that was burned, but I did film a lot of it. I was literally in the mix with everything, where I tried to stay a little bit kind of behind, but even being a bit behind, I was still in the middle where I was watching actual damage and actual fires being created. So I met someone named Glenn, and then he and I were riding around together watching everything, and then after he took off, I went over by another set of streets that I had wanted to go to kind of all night. I probably should have rode over there earlier, but the like entire street is on fire. Tons of businesses on that street broken into, damaged, set on fire. Like they fucked this city up bad. There's a lot of stuff that was burned down. So yeah, I ended up getting back to camp pretty late. I was out pretty late, filming stuff. I don't know. Like, and it was super sketchy the whole night. Didn't get messed with at all by a single rioter. I'm assuming because I was out there, you know, they thought like, oh, he's somebody else, you know, out here like us. But I definitely was not. But I was definitely sketched out in the beginning. I was pretty scared about being out there. After I kind of realized like there was no danger to me, I definitely calmed down. But I kind of really wanted to go out there and see it, and see what was happening firsthand. And I gotta tell you, from even if you go on the Lifeline Facebook page, watching what I filmed is, and I've gone back and I've watched the live videos that I shot. That is nothing compared to what I saw with my eyes and what I felt watching all of this happen. You know, you can go and you can watch the videos and you can be like, oh wow, this is really fucked up. But literally being in the middle of that was insane. I mean, absolutely insane. So, but I did want to film kind of from a perspective of being homeless and being out there and all of that. If I didn't have the experience that I had to be outdoors and more in this camping style, I would be living in the middle of all that box of crazy and probably completely panicking, not knowing what to do and where do I go, what bench do I sleep on, am I going to get killed? You know, I was riding around and thinking about all of the things that I would be feeling if I wasn't in a hammock. So, but yeah, I mean, it's insane. Definitely check that out. You can, I mean, I was witnessing people breaking into buildings, witnessing people setting stuff on fire. Really bad. So, and then I felt a couple of raindrops, and I was like, oh man, this is not going to be good. So, kind of raced back to camp, and then it started raining. So, oh shit. So I got the tarp set up and then kind of got everything else going. I've already had one tarp malfunction this morning. One of the corners somehow came undone and was blowing around, ended up getting water all over. It's like hot out, and then the rain is here, so it's made everything damp. So like my hammock feels damp, my liner feels damp, but then because it's rained, it's like cooled everything off, and there's like cold breeze coming, so everything's damp. humid, and then a cold breeze. So, yeah. I definitely do need to put this underquilt on because my entire backside is freezing. I do need to eat. I'm tired. I kind of want to sleep, go back to bed, but at the same time, I'm kind of up. So, I gotta eat. I gotta get my coffee. I'm hoping the rain stops at some point because today's payday. I'm trying to figure out getting a ride to Walmart so I can be in and out, grab my stuff and go. Because Walmart's gonna end up closing. I have no idea what time they're gonna close. If Walmart closes earlier than when I get paid, I'm gonna be screwed. I have to go to Walmart today. So I'm definitely a little panicked about that, but just take it one situation at a time. So yeah, but it is raining. It's pretty bad out. For the most part, all of my stuff is dry. So, it's absolutely insane what I saw last night. I was literally standing in the middle of a war zone. The amount of damage done is just crazy. So, I got to meet CJ and Mercado. We were essentially filming the same stuff. That's how close in I was. So, towards the end of my evening, I was riding more through downtown, and they were walking, and I had been looking at everybody with a camera, figuring I'd run into them at some point, and I did. So I got to say hi and chat with them for a minute. So I'm on their live broadcast from last night. So I would assume it's more towards the end of their feed, because they were trying to get the hell out of there. But yeah, so those guys did a really good job of covering like all of the visual effect of what was going on. They do have way nicer gear than what I was using, so better video content on their channels. So CJTV and Mercado Media, you check them out. But yeah, so I don't know. Gonna be stuck in the hammock for a while since it's raining. Hopefully it stops because I got important stuff to do. Girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm running a gas pump right now.
I'm sorry.
It's not good.
Shit. Crazy times, be safe.
Park right now. I got a lot of tree obstruction.
All right, how we doing, everybody? Welcome to the channel here. I'm going to be going live tonight during the riot,
They're
but
at Petsky.
right now I'm listening to a police scanner.
We got a group of 4 male whites, neon vest, gray shirt, black t-shirt, another neon vest, long guns going north on Sheridan from 6-0.
So there's a group of individuals that are carrying weapons, guns in particular, that the police have spotted.
Yeah, but is it citizens or is it...
Right, so we don't know if it's any Antifa people, if it's
Can you please send
armed citizens, rioters.
U.S. Marshal?
Please,
You are blocking the roadway. Please move on to the sidewalk. Move along. Do it now.
See, now, while the crowd does have their hands up, they are screaming obscenities to the police.
Not advance on them. Your hands stay back. Please stay back and clear the area. You know we can pick up trouble. Please do it now.
Police are gathered up behind us in full tactical gear. So as the police are starting to advance from behind the vehicles,
You're blocking the roadway. Please move on to the sidewalk and move along. Do it now. Blocking the roadway. Put your hand out there. That's aggressive. Come on, follow the order. And go home. Go home. Good. We're asking you to please clear the area. Those who remain are advised to please clear the area.
so since that crowd got a lot closer, the sheriff's department has also moved closer in a squad, little squadron of law enforcement. They do have the floodlights on now. They are shining it on several members of the crowd.
We're asking you to please clear the roadway. It's a legal lawful order. We're asking you to please move back out of the sidewalk and go home. We appreciate you keeping your hands upright so that we know that you're not harm off of yourself. But your passive aggressive behavior is not You're blocking the roadway. Please move on to the sidewalk.
The crowd does still move up closer, so this is going to get interesting. Standing literally in the center of the crowd as well as the sheriff's department on the sidewalk, while the sheriff's department, military vehicles, and protesters and some rioters are in the street. There is a drone flying above us.
They send these guys in. Way to de-escalate, gentlemen. Fuck the role models.
So as you can see, you do have police officers that are shining lights on
One guy
protesters. They do have their air rifles.
What are you pointing a gun at me, dude? Put the gun down. I don't have anything in my hand. What are you pointing a gun at me?
Not peaceful. We block the roadway and refuse the law and order. If we have
So this is National Guard. Police have moved up.
Oh yeah.
civilians that have gathered are putting out the fire that rioters have started in the garbage can.
Why you doing it? Why you doing it, bitch? Why you doing it? I'm serious.
You do have rioters that are asking why. The rioters are throwing stuff at civilians for putting the garbage fire out. It's insane, bro. Definitely been a confrontation here between rioters and armed civilians. Now, as I said, the crowd has dispersed and gathered further south here. That flashbang definitely drove them back.
Biggest gang in the goddamn world.
Yes, that was a big game.
Okay, so they are throwing stuff at the police. Those were actual gunshots. That is actual gunshots in this block up ahead.
That ain't the police. Somebody's hurt. Go down there. Somebody's hurt. We need a fucking medic.
So you do have these medics that are running towards the gunshots. It seemed like there may have been townspeople helping to disperse this crowd, and we just heard gunshots. This is the first time that I'm ever running towards gunshots. They're still shooting. So they've found the shooter, and they're chasing the shooter.
It's not the shooter. He deserved. He deserved. Shit, he's shooting. He's shooting. He's shooting. He's shooting. Get down. Get down. Get down.
Come on. You alright? You alright? Those are actual gunshots. So they're chasing someone that they think was the shooter. Technically, day 62. It is 5:15 a.m. I have not slept yet. I was down at the riots here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So I do own a media company as well, where I do some independent journalist stories. I kind of just pick and choose different things that I want to do, so I don't really broadcast it, much. If anyone sees it, they see it, whatever. And with everything going on, obviously I filmed yesterday on the Lifeline channel, a live feed on Facebook, on the Lifeline Facebook page. And tonight I went under live under my real name, filming everything, and it was extremely intense. I was standing 3 feet away from somebody who got hit center mast with a CS canister. So I ended up getting hit with some of that as well. And just kind of back and forth down this street, filming everything that was going on. Started off on the police side of things, ended up on the rioters' side. It's just intense. Witnessed multiple people shot and killed today, right in front of me. As I was filming, we heard gunshots from behind us. Started walking towards that direction, and see a guy running. One of the militia guys, armed with a rifle. The crowd was screaming that he was the shooter, and to stop him. So the crowd converged on him, knocked him to the ground, started attacking him, and he opened fire, shooting 3 more people, one of which was shot in the head. Another had almost his entire arm blown off. Another person was shot in the stomach, and this was all within, I don't know, maybe 100 or so feet from where I was standing. So I got down there about 10 p.m. It's 5:15 now. I'm in a tent, as you can see. I'm staying in my boss's backyard tonight. So I had the tent here. I had all of my stuff at a friend's house. And I was able to get my camera gear and all of that. Sorry, my eyes are so dry and itchy. And one of their friends happened to have an orange vest, because all of my stuff is locked in a storage unit. So I really didn't have the right gear with me to be doing this, but I was down there. I did take some footage on my GoPro style cameras, as well as went live on my phone under my real name. I'll see if some of the footage from the GoPro, if we can get that loaded up. I'm hoping that there's not going to be an issue with trying to load that footage from that SD card. I'm not sure, I have to look at it, but I'm not sure if I got any of the shooting on video on the GoPro style camera. I definitely got it on video on my live feed, and like I'm here, I'm in the tent now. That adrenaline from the night is wearing off. I'm not even sure what to say at this point, but an extremely intense situation here in Kenosha, and being in the middle of that tonight was even more intense. So yeah, if you guys want to see what's going on, because I'm not giving out my real name yet, but you can go on Facebook and type in CJTV, or you can look at Mercado Media. So that's CJ and Andrew. They're independent journalists that came in from out of town to document all of this. And kind of all 3 of us have footage of everything that went on from all three of our perspectives. A lot of press that was out there tonight. But CJ has a really intense video of the shooting and one of the individuals that was shot in the arm that he helped put a tourniquet on. But all of this, we were basically across from each other, and all of this was happening. So yeah, super intense. But I'm safe, and I'm back with all of my stuff and in the tent now. So I'm gonna get some sleep. I am gonna try to get up early, I hope, and run to Walmart. Try to grab some stuff that I need. You know, I don't know. Probably gonna go back out again tonight and film and continue to document this. This is real. This is pretty intense. So I don't know. Not even sure what to say at this point, but anyway, wanted to update you guys. That's why I haven't filmed anything for the channel, because I've been out filming and documenting this riot. So I'll try to film as best I can here and kind of keep you guys updated and let you know what's going on. If you do know who I am, I do have my live feeds on my personal Facebook page, so but yeah, other than that, I will talk to you guys on another Lifeline. So this is definitely not the adventure that any of us want to be in, but we are. Find something more positive. I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry I haven't been super active filming for the channel. As I did tell you guys in a previous episode, part of my life, I built this, or trying to build this media company. I've been filming the riots that have been happening here in Kenosha, Wisconsin, over a police-involved shooting of a black male. And yeah, started filming. I missed the first day because I was laid up in the hammock. I told you guys I got a phone call. But then the second day, I decided to come out. So these last few days, man, I've witnessed a lot of stuff. Buildings being set on fire right in front of me. Buildings being broken into and damaged. Watched 3 people get shot, 2 of which were murdered right there. I mean, I literally watched a guy get his head blown off. It's really messed up. Getting lit up with tear gas. The fuck. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see all this, but got my media stuff on, my press stuff on now. It's downtown. I don't even know what time it is. It's got to be after 3 a.m. I've been out since 7 p.m. I woke up about 9, so I got like 4 hours of sleep. Ran a bunch of errands, did a resupply at Walmart. I had to pick up some of my press gear because I have stuff that's locked up in a storage unit that I still can't get into because I'm broke again. But yeah, had to pick up some stuff, order some gear, and I needed to make sure I had some of this stuff because I wanted to go back out. This is a really important subject that I wanted to cover on the journalist side of things. So I don't know if that's something I want to make a career out of, but I've had a lot of fun doing it these last few days. There's been a lot of adrenaline, there's been a lot of emotion. Seeing this stuff firsthand, you know, we're used to watching these things on video, but seeing this stuff firsthand unfold right in front of you is totally different than anything you see on video. I got to meet CJ and Andrew, who are just amazing guys. I got to kind of tag along with them, filming and documenting. It made me feel a lot safer, that they're so super welcoming, and then being able to tag along with them, which they were laughing, because it's not always the smartest thing, because they become targets and get lit up pretty hardcore. So but yeah, still, I was right in the middle of rioters, and just comfortably walking around wearing press gear. So it's definitely something I want to pursue. I just don't know if I want to make a career out of it. But it would be interesting to travel the country filming and documenting different events that are going on. So I made some new friends with them. I'm super grateful for that. Grateful that they came into town. We did watch a lot of their live feeds, trying to take employees home, so we knew where people were. So between their live feeds and the police scanners, we kind of knew like what was going on, which allowed us to get employees home safely. This was literally a war zone for 3 days. The protest tonight was super peaceful. I wish I could share that with you guys, but I haven't given out my real name yet on this channel. Some of you know me, but it was really an interesting protest tonight. No violence whatsoever, no police presence either, which I do honestly feel had played a big impact on why there was no violence and no destruction of the city. So it's kind of refreshing to not be getting shot at and lit up with tear gas and watching shit just burn down. But at the same time, I was like ready for it. I was expecting it. I don't know. It's been a exhausting last few days. Like I said, just witnessing shit I never even thought I would ever witness. Feeling the emotion of the people, the protesters, and even the rioters. Feeling their emotion. And then feeling the emotion of like the townspeople too. So like when I go back to work, I get that perspective, and then they're all asking me questions because I'm down in the box of crazy that's unfolding. What my take is, what my perspective is, what I think is going to happen. But tonight was very refreshing. So I definitely want to continue this.
Now, for those who may be new to the Never Stop Media platform, which is highly unlikely, but if you are, on YouTube, we call the channel Never Stop Voices because we elevate people's voices. Now, to give you a little introduction about the company, our mission is to bring the uncensored and raw truth to the people, to tell the stories that mainstream media glosses over or completely ignores. to bring to light and expose corruption in real stories through investigative journalism. The phrase vox populi, which you will see on our website, is Latin for the people's voice. We are boots on the ground journalism, bringing you the truth. NSM is not ABC, NBC, Fox, or CNN. We're not the New York Times or the Washington Post. We have no corporate sponsors that decide which stories to run and how the narrative is formed. If every other news organization wants to be stenographers for law enforcement, let them. NSM doesn't write for corrupt agencies who violate people's rights on a daily basis. NSM writes for people whose rights are violated. So when law enforcement says something, we only have one question to ask. Is it true? Our investigations typically take a few months, and some, like events in Kenosha, take a lot longer. On our website, neverstopvoices.com, you will find articles written exposing corruption. And here on our YouTube channel, you will find hundreds of hours of exclusive, never-before-seen videos, live streams of protests. Unfortunately, not all of them, as we lost a lot when our original company Facebook page was permanently removed. We provide breaking news, trial coverage, discussions with viewers, my documenting losing everything with the pandemic, and then some more fun things I wanted to share, like some of my hiking adventures. Never Stop Media is purely a viewer donation-based platform. We do not earn weekly paychecks for the thousands of hours put in researching stories, and the opportunity to research and expose stories relies solely on our viewers' contributions. A little background about me. Prior to where Never Stop Media is today, as far as journalism, I used to expose companies that were defrauding consumers within the fishing industry. In June of 2020, I lost my apartment due to the COVID pandemic, and I was homeless, stealth camping in a hammock for 63 days leading up to the shooting of Jacob Blake. I went out on day 2, commonly referred to as structure fire night. Day 3 for me was Kyle Rittenhouse night. I was on Sheridan Road. Rittenhouse ran right by me, and I watched people get shot and killed right in front of me. After the shooting, I was the only live streamer that went out every night, typically the first to arrive and last to leave. One thing I was very big on was people's rights, and it wasn't until one of those nights filming incident after incident of people's civil rights being violated, which made me question everything. And more importantly, due to a beautiful person who most of you in the movement know as Cami or Mimi. If it wasn't for her, I would probably not be sitting on this side of history. As you have seen behind me, the image of the Punisher skull. That image is there as well as on the back of my press vest for several reasons. First, it's a nod to Chris Kyle. Having that image on my back makes me feel safe that Chris Kyle is behind me providing overwatch, keeping me alive. Second, it's my favorite comic book character. Third, in my own form of protest, racists, militia, and law enforcement don't get to use it as a symbol of hate. And last, if you see this symbol with me behind the camera, it's more than likely I'm there to expose corruption that will be punished. I am most notably known for revealing the second garbage truck that was started on fire in Kenosha was done so by a Wisconsin National Guard member prior to being called to active service. The first independent journalist to be arrested in Kenosha during the curfew. The journalist responsible for releasing images of Kyle Rittenhouse holding a beer inside of Pudgy's pub that got his bond conditions modified. The journalist responsible for identifying Jump Kick Man, despite right-wing outlets taking credit for it. The only journalist who has sued Kenosha for open records, and the only journalist who has been publicly attacked with attempts to discredit me by the Kenosha Police Department. I blocked a $49,000 license plate reader grant with a single article. Responsible for holding the court system in the Theo Edgecombe trial accountable and fair by getting an entire 50-person jury panel removed. And most recently, taking the conspiracy theory that law enforcement worked with militia during the 2020 Kenosha unrest and exposing that it did in fact happen, as well as the Kenosha 2020 curfew was in fact unlawful, and city government and the Kenosha Police Department and the Kenosha County Sheriff's Department lied to the general public. I am one of the most controversial independent journalists in the state of Wisconsin. I have had to move 12 times since August 2020 due to death threats, harassment, stalking, and militia showing up where I live. And yet here I still stand exposing corruption within system.
So what has inspired you to start Never Stop Media?
You want the real story?
Yeah, of course we do.
So the real story, Never Stop actually came about during my divorce. So I mean, I've been very open about it. I was kind of a piece of shit husband.
We've all been there, done that.
Yeah, it's never fun, especially if you are the bad guy. But yeah, I obviously wasn't a good person back then. I wasn't a very good husband, and kind of going through that whole process made me understand and value the things that I should have valued, from the beginning. So I spent a lot more time with my son, focused on memories and, getting out and exploring and things like that. So we started documenting like fishing trips. He believes in Bigfoot, so like we hunt for Bigfoot,
like
all that. And her attorney kept telling me I couldn't document my time with my son, and kept telling me I had to stop. And I kept saying, well, I'm never going to stop. Like, I'm a father. This is my son.
Yeah.
And I started this fishing company, and my son was a part of it. I'm sponsored by different fishing, hiking, backpacking companies, whatever. My son got sponsored. He had his own apparel line, his own fishing rod line, all types of stuff. And, again, they kept telling me, you can't do this. You have to stop. So I just kept saying, I'm never going to stop. Like, why would I not try to create a better future for my son,
Yeah.
And we ended up getting into court. I got like a 20 or 25 page motion sent to me claiming likeness and misappropriation. So they were trying to argue business law in the family court.
Wow.
And I had to really study constitutional law because I was trying to protect my son's First Amendment right to film and document. Business law, I'm very well versed in. All this stuff. So, but yeah, anyway, so we get to court and I ended up winning that motion, and the commissioner agreed with what I was doing. But we kind of took like all of our videos and transferred them from the fishing company and put it all under Never Stop.
Okay.
So I was trying to like give all of that way more protection as opposed to just kind of coming after me.
Yeah.
So then I ended up losing in the divorce trial, and I had to shut it all down. I had to pull my son off everything. And so now I'm like, great, what do I do with this company? Like, we were starting to get into comics, and I was turning my son into a superhero and all this stuff. So I'm like, I don't know what to do with this company. And then I started investigating companies in the fishing industry that were defrauding consumers or saying like, oh, our product is made in the US, when you find out like this fishing hook is actually made in China.
Oh, wow.
And they just stamped US on there. Buy our product and you support our troops doing that. So finding stuff like that was just absolute bullshit, where the general consumer is not going to know,
About how long ago was that you started doing that?
So I made Never Stop in 2019.
Okay.
And I don't know, it was probably a few months after when I kind of took it from me and my son to looking into these retail companies. And then like my fishing company started to get attacked because people kept trying to say like, oh, you're just attacking other fishing companies to try to benefit yours. Even though we never investigated any company that sold the same product as me.
Well, if you have the truth and you can prove it, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right. Right. Exactly. So that was kind of a big deal. So then I'm like, all right, well, I don't want this company getting targeted and hurt. So I shut it down again. I'm like, okay, I have this media company. Like, I don't know what to do with this. And then the Jacob Lake shooting happened. And I'm like, well, I got a media company, so I can legally be out here. Let's go do this. So that's kind of what it's been. And, I thought about changing the name, but it's kind of stuck. Like anyone that sees me, they're like, holy shit, that's never stopped. Like this dude truly never stops. So,
well, it's a good name. I mean,
now to a Fox 6 exclusive. Fighting the fines. An independent journalist says he was cited following a Milwaukee protest. Demonstrators marched onto the interstate and he filmed it. Fox 6's Ashley Sears is live. And Ash, this happened back in April, but he was just ticketed 6 weeks later.
Ben, Kevin Glowicki says he is not a protester, but was on the interstate here filming for his website, Never Stop Media. He thought when he told deputies he was press, it was no big deal, but he has now been given 2 citations. For nearly a year, this has become Kevin Glowicki's daily routine, filming marches and rallies throughout the area.
I don't protest. I don't chant when I'm out there. I strictly film, very quiet.
What happened during a protest in April now has him in legal trouble. As demonstrators marched from Milwaukee's streets to the interstate, Glowicki followed behind. Deputies pulled up. Glowicki identified himself to law enforcement.
Press.
He moved off the highway and continued to film. He did not think anything of it until this Tuesday.
And here we are 6 weeks later, and I find out that I'm being charged by Milwaukee County DA for disorderly assemblage and pedestrian on a highway.
The citations come with more than $660 in fines. Glowicki is now fighting back.
I think it's extremely dangerous when, we start targeting journalists.
The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office says citations often are issued weeks later, and it has become more common during the pandemic.
I'm not a protester. I'm a credentialed journalist, an investigative journalist.
The tickets are just a new hurdle, not slowing him down from continuing his work.
And I wasn't trying to, obviously engage, in active protest. I'm trying to just film.
Get off the freeway now!
Now, Glowicki started his website in 2019 to investigate retailers. It has since changed its focus. We did reach out to the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office for comment, but did not hear back. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Ashley Sears, Fox 6 News.
We'll keep following his fight. Ashley, thank you.
Flag in your face? Is that offensive? Is this lawful? Flag! American flag! USA! USA! Touch myself. It's my property. Don't touch it. It's USA! You're 6 feet away.
You're not.
6 feet away.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Stand 6 feet away. Don't get me COVID.
Put a fucking mask on then. I got one on, dumb fuck.
Where's your mask?
You see it on my face?
Where's your mask?
Put your
I see a
mask
scarf.
on.
I see a scarf. That's not a mask. That's not a PPE mask. He doesn't like the American flag.
That's bad. So sad.
Isn't it?
You guys want your voices elevated, right? Okay, so let's let America see.
Yeah, because you're gonna bullshit.
That's how Black Lives Matter does it. That's how Black Lives Matter does it. You guys love it. And you love it.
I'm not BLM. I'm an independent. I'm an independent. I'm fucking filming him. Don't fucking touch my shit. I'm filming him, you fucking idiots. Don't ever touch my fucking property. Fuck you.
Hey, dude, don't talk to a woman like that. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Get the fuck away from
Talk
me.
to a woman like that. You have no respect for women.
Get the fuck away from me. I wasn't even fucking filming her. I was filming him.
So I give you the right to disrespect a woman? Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck me now.
You know, I'm a virgin if you want some.
Bro, get the fuck away from me, bro.
I'm a virgin if you want some.
Bro, get the fuck away from me.
I'm a virgin if you want some.
Yeah, you would be a fucking scumbag.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think like right there.
Yep. Now they're coming that way. That's why they come this way. I didn't see it. They come in the back. There you go. See? There you come. 4. Those lights coming. Yeah. Mucho.
Look at them. Oh my God, there's way more. There's a whole, oh my God. Look at, this is the whole group.
Why I didn't hear anything at all? Because he's journalist, he writing news, everything, and he put in the news, and they get mad. They don't like that. No. No. Oh.
Sorry, man. You're good.
It's nothing concern you, hon. Nothing concern you. You don't have to worry about it.
No, I just be kind of skeptical because I always got my son with me, so I don't went to certain hotels where I ain't gonna lie, people.
You think they're gonna come back tonight?
No, they know I'm leaving this morning.
How do they know that you're leaving this morning now?
Because I do live streaming videos too, besides writing articles.
Yeah, I know, but how do they know that you're leaving this morning?
Because I said it on a live video. Yeah, I know.
Ah, boy. Yeah.
I don't know. No. This will be okay. Wait. Wait another 2 hours. You not do nothing anyway.
Oh my God. Look it. Look it. Look it. They're here. They found me. They literally just got on loudspeakers.
Multiple buildings set on fire, including a Wisconsin Department of Corrections building. The unrest coming after the police shooting of a black man on Sunday.
This started with a couple of cars being set on fire, and the entire car lot went up. In all this area that's open right now, this was literally filled with cars. So he's slowly but surely, you know, clearing everything out. But I mean, his entire business is gone. There wasn't a single vehicle here that was salvaged. But law enforcement just kept pushing them further and further down this road. You know, telling them to disperse. They're throwing, you know, bricks at them, rocks. They're shooting off fireworks at law enforcement. And when we get to this stoplight up here, 60th Street, so this is the gas station where most of those militia were gathered up. Law enforcement intentionally pushed that entire group of protesters right into the hands of all these armed militia people. You just knew something bad was going to happen. Somebody was getting shot that night. You could feel it in the air. Directly across from us is the spot where Joseph Rosenbaum was shot. In several of the videos that are out there, you hear somebody call for a medic. At that point is when you see Kyle Rittenhouse running down Sheridan Road southbound.
following behind him is Joseph Rosenbaum, and then also Joshua Zeminski and his wife. You see Kyle Rittenhouse run through this parking lot, and then Joseph Rosenbaum coming up behind him, and then he was shot. And then shortly after, you have more gunshots that rang out from Rittenhouse. That's where he hits Anthony Huber and kills him. And then where Gage Grosskreutz is hit in the arm. So we start making our way down this way, and we see Rittenhouse come running up the center of Sheridan Road. And you just hear people, yelling out, stop him, stop him. He just shot somebody. Literally where we were standing, there were bullets that were flying past us. So we started grabbing people and kind of pushing them in between the houses that are up the road there, and then kind of retreating and making our way into the hospital parking lot, kind of behind all this brick structures and everything. This road is always going to be remembered, as the street that, 2 people died and another person was, seriously injured. It obviously changed a lot of people's lives that night. I think it could have been avoided had law enforcement just kept everybody in that park contained instead of pushing them into, further down these streets and further into these neighborhoods up here.